Alright, how's it going everyone? So in this video here, we're going to go over some comments and questions to answer for people wondering why I am adding on, or why some people, no one really does this anymore. You can do it on newer cards, but they're more expensive, more or less, and people just don't want to do this mod to a more expensive card. So this card here that I have in my hand is a 9500 GS. And I've had some comments on these cards here that I've added a 12 volt source. So this is a 6 pin. As you can see, it's a 6 pin. And I've added it to the card here. And I'm going to show various ways that you can do this mod here. And I've shown how to do all of these mods live on my live streams, by the way. So all these mods here that you can see, I've done all on my live streams. So if you're part of the normal viewers, well, you already know about these kind of mods. But for the people that don't know about these kind of mods, this is just hopefully answering some questions for you. So the reason why I'm adding on this extra 12 volt source is due to the fact this card does not actually have a PCIe connector. Not for a PCIe slot for the motherboard, where 12 volt and 3.3 volt go through, but an actual 12 volt source, such as this card here. Long live EVGA. So yeah, like this one here that has two 6 pins. Now, the motherboard slot on your motherboard, this goes for about 95% motherboards. There are some motherboards that will allow you to do higher wattage through via the actual PCIe slot, and that's generally only on the 12 volt source, not the 3.3. The 3.3 is about 10 watts. It's 9.9 watts on the 3.3, and for the 12 volt, the 12 volts section of the motherboard slot, the motherboard is rated to go up to 66 watts. Now you don't really want to push that generally. Generally your wattage through your actual PCIe connector on the motherboard is only going to go up to maybe 47 to maybe 55 watts max. But it is rated for 66 watts. And that's it. That's all you get for the 12 volt source is 66 watts. And then the extra make up for the 75 watt max that you get from motherboards is through the 3.3 volt. The 12 volts only 66 watts. So that's what a lot of people are not understanding on that point, is that it's not your 12 volt source, such as like your 6 pin or ones I have added on here. It's only rated for 66 watts, not the max 75 watts through the 12 volt. And the 12 volt is what's running your actual GPU for the core and generally for the memory. The 3.3, it can go to other means like buck converters and that for that way. It can do other means, but generally for your actual core, it's going to be derived from the 12 volt source. Generally how it works. Now, these cards here, like this one here, do not have that 6 pin plug or 8 pin plug. It's all powered by the actual PCIe slot 12 volt source. And that's only rated for 66 watts. This card TDP is 47 watts generally without the modifications. And after modifications, I'm going up and above 150 watts depending on how much voltage I'm putting through it. I'm adding voltage for the memory and also for the core. And it's roughly 150 watts, and it can spike higher. But without these mods, you have a chance of frying your motherboard PCIe slot due to the fact it could be pulling a lot more watts than what the actual PCIe slot in your motherboard it can handle. Or either if you have a good motherboard, it'll just cut power to the GPU or just turn right off, basically. So that way it does not actually end up frying your motherboard slot, because it will. So that's why you add on an actual 12 volt source. And this right here is just a 6 pin. So right here is ground. The good ground source is just for a connection for your display. So DVI or VGA. This one has HDMI as well. but that's a really good ground spot because it's very secure and it's a very beefy ground spot. And that's what you want for good stability on your graphics cards, is a good ground spot anywhere. Does not matter what component, as long as it has a good ground spot, that's good. So that's where I put that. And on this card, I added the 12 volt power source to the capacitors here. So this capacitor, which is a 12 volt capacitor, well, it's a 16 volt capacitor, but 12 volt runs through this, and I've added on extra 16 volt capacitors as well. And I've added that to the 12 volt source to that, so it can pull 12 volts into that cap. Instead of it pulling directly from the PCIe slot, it's grabbing power from the actual 6-pin. And if I wanted, I can remove the actual 12 volt pins. So the three 12 volt pins that are on the graphics card, on this side, the three of them, I can remove them and just power it by the 6-pin. But I'm just leaving those pins for now and trying to see what I can do with what I have done on this card. This card's still going through more modifications. There will be more done onto it. Basically almost done everything I can. I'm still trying to figure out other ways to modify this card. So, but that is what it is there. So yeah, that 12 volt source goes into the capacitors. It's not the greatest method to do it. Voltage stability is not the greatest. So your transit spikes could be a lot higher, and it's just not as good as what I'm going to show here. And it's where I'm getting a lot of questions from, is from this card. Now this is done a lot different. And it looks pretty rough. Yep. Yeah, that's right. I got wire just holding that together, so that way it's not gonna mess up my connection there. And it's nice and solid, doesn't move. But the ground, I'm still putting the ground to that same spot, even though I have this wire just holding this one wire there for the 12 volt, holding it there. It's just all soldered on there, so that way it doesn't pull on anything. So what I have done on this one, and I'll zoom in on this. So what I have done on this one here is right here. Don't mind the cat hair is free. So this one here is put to the 12 volt shunt. It's a very odd location for a 12 volt shunt. There was nothing lower on the card, which really sucks. Would have liked to be on a bit lower on the card, but this is what I found for 12 volt. This one here is 1.8 volt. This is an HD 5450, by the way, so it does have SOC voltage. So yeah, it has 1.8, 1.8, and then everywhere else that I could find is not the 12 volt. It's either 5 volt or 1.8 volt, and this is the only 12 volt shunt that I can find on the card. And that's looking for quite a while. But this is a 2R2 shunt that goes to this controller, and that's where I hooked it. I hooked it to this shunt on there. And this is the better method for adding 12 volt source. Is this the greatest way to do it? No. If I wanted, what I would do is shave away some of the actual masking to show some of that trace to get a better connection, but this works pretty good. The solder pads aren't half bad size, and I know I'm not going to be drawing a lot of power through this little card, but it's 6-pin as well. It's just a 6-pin. It's ground, and it's got 12 volt power, and that works for when I get this card ready for more mods. So that's another way to do it, and that's the better way, adding to a shunt, adding 12 volt source to a shunt, and that it will be way better voltage stability. Now, another way you can add source is actually using a Molex. Now with the SATA, of course, you cut the SATA off and you get rid of you can get rid of 2 ground pins off of it. So get rid of 2 ground pins off of that and just keep the 12 volt and the ground. And you can use a Molex as well, because it's 12 volt source. And it's only going to give you as much power as what the card wants, and much amperage basically. So 12 volts with whatever amps that the actual card wants to have, and that will give you the wattage basically, right? So 12 volts times amps gives you the wattage. So another way, Molex connector. Whatever way you can get a stable 12-volt source to the card is basically all you need to do. So Molex or 6-pin or 8-pin work great. The best method is doing a shunt mod, and another way is adding to an actual capacitor. And this card here is one of the fastest 9500 GS out there, and it's only been on water, hasn't even been on chilled or anything like that yet, and it's one of the fastest out there. 950 megahertz from previous testing, and I'm going to be trying to get double the frequency of this card. Stock, this card is 550 megahertz on the core, and I'm hoping to do about 1100 on the core, and that would be overall the fastest 9500 GS out there. And the HD 5450, we're going to try to do the same thing, kind of see if we can double the actual stock frequency on the card, which would be amazing. Pretty close to being double the stock voltage on, or stock frequency on the actual GTX 460 here as well. We can do 1100 megahertz or 1.1 gigahertz, and stock is 750. So we're almost there with that as well. We're going to see if we can push this card to about 1.3 or 1.4 gigahertz on water, which will be only a couple cards in the world have been able to reach that on LN2. So I'm going to try to do that on water, hopefully. So hopefully that clarifies some concerns on why I do this. This right here is more just testing purposes and just to show. So why it's looking like this. I'll clean it up and have it way more stable, as in I'll be hot gluing it all down. This is for testing purposes, so that way I have the 12-volt source already set up and working. I've already got short out there showing it working and all that. I just haven't been able to do a long test because I need to get the water block set up on this, because stock cooler won't keep it cool enough once I get the actual core voltage and memory voltage all set up as well, like what these ones here are. But that's it. Again, add an extra power source to a card, and you can do this to like a 3050 if you wanted. A 3050 only draws power through the actual PCIe slot as well, so you could do it to a 3050 if you wanted, and you could do it through a capacitor. But the best way again would be through a shunt of some sort, and you just have to take apart the card, make sure you can keep the core cool while you're probing it with a multimeter, and you're just going to probe around on the low resistance shunts. So like a 2R2, a double O, an O, or a triple O resistor of some sort, and see what one is actually a 12-volt source, or a 12 volts going through that. And you're going to probe it on one side and the other, see what the voltage is afterwards. But if it's 12 volt beforehand, that means it's going to be a 12 volt source from that. Closer to a controller, closer to the PCIe slot too would be a little bit better. But if your cards like this one here, where their actual 12 volt shunt is actually higher up on the card, it is what it is. You can't really do anything about it, so you have to add it to that. Again, a better method would be scraping away some of the masking to reveal the trace, and soldering a better connection point to the trace and the shunt as well. So that way you have a better surface area for your 12 volt. But the main one that you want to have a way better secure point is your ground. Better ground, better. So that's why I always suggest one of these points here of some sort for your ground, because they're very, very stable. All this pad here that you can see, it's all ground, so that's a better spot for your ground. Again, hopefully that cleared up some things. If you want me to clear up some more, or actually make a video on how I do this kind of mods to the card, let me know. Again, I do all this live stream, so if you're not part of my live streams, you're missing out on a lot of these kind of modifications. I go through the data sheets, I go through the voltage control for memory, I go through all the actual modifications for the extra hardware I put on the cards as well. And yeah, my live streams is where it's at. So I just want to say again, thank you to all my viewers, subscribers, and donors. You guys are helping this channel more than you know. Hopefully this did clear up some things for you, and if not, leave me a comment in the comment section below. And yeah, that's it for this one here. And again, As always, don't forget to get her done. Peace.